Bulletcast for life.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this weekend it is the biggest show in AEW history. Double or Nothing was pretty huge, but this one is the last one before they'd make that launch over to TNT in October. This one needs to succeed. All Out, I said it last year, I'll say it again, it was an absolute godsend. Hit me in the feel spot. In May, Double or Nothing, Brandon, you were there. You can honestly tell me that was the greatest wrestling show you've ever been to. It was like that for me. All Out in Chicago, they need to succeed. They need to hit it out of the park. I think Tony, the Bucks, Cody, and Kenny, I think they have a great plan for what we're going to witness this Saturday.
Yeah, I think this show's going to be really good. Will it be better than Double or Nothing? We'll have to stay tuned and find out.
It needs to be.
This show's gonna be damn good. As you said, it's kind of the last of an era because it's gonna be, the last one before they get to the TNT show. So, it's built primarily off of YouTube and internet stuff. So, but it's still a very well built show. Storylines going into it are very well built. So, it's gonna be only better, I hope, going into the TNT run.
Absolutely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting into the predictions. The Bulletcast title's on the line. I didn't lose it All Out. I won it Double or Nothing. I'm looking to win. I'm looking to win it All Out.
So what you're saying is you're undefeated at AEW events.
That's basically what I'm saying, because Cody's my guy. He gets it.
So this is 2 out of 3, kind of. So I'm like Kenny Omega. You're Okada. You might have won the first 2, but I'm going to win the last one. I'm going to win the one that matters.
Hey, man. We can see, man. I'm getting fired up. I feel like I'm about to elbow drop my jacket like Nate did. I don't know. We're going to find out. Coming up first, we have the Best Friends going up against the Dark Order. This is to advance in the tag team tournament for the AEW Tag Team Championships. I don't know, man. The Dark Order, they've been pushing those boys pretty heavily. The Best Friends, they have a nice shtick. They're sometimes prominently on being the elite. Brandon, who do you have?
Well, this match is for whoever wins will gain a first round bye in the tag team tournament. So neither one of them are out of the tournament if they actually lose, but I think the Dark Order is going to win. I think you have the heels get the first round bye, and you have the Best Friends, who maybe not one of the better, maybe not the best tag team in the division, but definitely one of the more over tag teams. They can kind of fight from underneath, and they can kind of make a run for it. And maybe they meet them in the semifinals or quarterfinals or something and have a rematch. So I'm going to go with the Dark Order to win on this one.
All right, you got the DO. BT picks the DO. I'm just really trying to think about it. The Best Friends, they're cool, they're okay. But the Dark Order, they're so unique and weird, and AEW is talking about being original. I might have to go with those guys also.
So original.
Yeah, I know, right? All right, next up, we have Rhio going up against... Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh,
you got this. You got this.
Hikaru Shida. I pray to God.
I think you got the last name, but I'm pretty sure you butchered the first name.
Hikaru.
There we go. I think that's better.
Hikaru Shida. Yes, there we go. Rhio, I'll pick her.
Well, this one, I think it's a toss-up. I think you can go either way. So since you're going to go with Rhio, I will go with Shida for the victory. No real explanation here, just kind of switching it up and taking a flyer, hopefully, to get a point for the Bulletcast Championship retention.
Absolutely. Next up, we have a 6-man tag. We have Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marko Stunt going up against SCU, SoCal Uncensored, Frankie Kazarian, Scorpio Sky, and Christopher Daniels. Oh, man, this is an interesting one. Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy, they've been getting built up quite a bit on being the elite. And, they seem to be over. People seem to like them. They're buying that damn Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus t-shirt, a boy and his dinosaur, and they added Marko Stunt into the mix. But SCU, they just took a loss to, Pentagon? Pentagon of Phoenix, right? Yeah, so I'm going to go SCU, man.
I'm with you here. I think this match can go either way, but I will go with Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marko Stunt for the victory. I think this match will kick off the main card and to give them a nice babyface pop. I think with Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy probably being one of the not the favorites, but definitely a crowd favorite in the tag team tournament. I think
Okay.
giving them a win here, because I don't think they've actually won yet as a tag team. So I think giving them this win here could boost them. I think SCU is kind of, you know, they can lose or they can win. I don't think it's going to hurt them or help them either which way. So I think giving uh, Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Marko Stunt the win here can definitely elevate them.
All right, we have the 20-woman casino battle royale. It's do they automatically become number one contender if they win this, right, for the women's title?
Winner is entered into the whatever championship match on the first show on TNT. We don't know who the other woman is going to be, how that will be determined, but I think it's an easy pick. I will go with Dr. Britt Baker for the victory. She is kind of the most built up woman on the roster. They've really been pushing her hard. I think Nyla Rose, Allie, I think, a lot of those women. Well, Allie wasn't on Double or Nothing in terms of the match, but I think a lot of those women on that first Double or Nothing show are going to be the higher ups and one of their more favorites. I think we could see some surprises. I know we're not going to get a point for surprises, but I would not be shocked if we see the Smoke Show in the Casino Battle Royal. I think that could be a lot of fun. But Jazz is going to be there. Kong's going to be there. So it should be star-studded, but I will go with DDS, Dr. Britt Baker, for the victory.
Yeah, because that championship match is happening in her hometown, correct?
I'm not sure if it's actually on the Pittsburgh show. I thought it was maybe the first show of the year, but I don't know. But I think Britt Baker is one of the top women, maybe the top woman in that company in terms of talent and total package. I think she's great. So it's an easy pick, but I think it's a sensible one. And last year we had the Flip Gordon surprise, so maybe they do another one of a surprise victory in the Battle Royal.
Is Nyla Rose in this?
I don't know if she's been announced, but I'd be shocked if she wasn't because she's one of the few, mainstays on the roster. So I think pretty much the entire women's roster is going to be in this Battle Royal.
Yeah, I mean, they got Teal Piper and all that other. I'll go Nyla Rose.
Okay, I mean, I think that's a sensible pick. She's one of the bigger women. She's been, she was there since the beginning. I would love to see Jazz. I think Jazz could be fun, but I think she's just going to kind of get in there, do a spot, and get knocked out.
Dude, and Jazz is bald now. I noticed that. I'm like, oh God.
If you haven't, go back and watch the Road to All Out shows. They've been absolutely fantastic. We're going to talk about one for the promo pick of the week, but shout out to Jake the Snake Roberts. He was the dealer for the women, and he said that, you won't play 21. He's got 22, so a nice little callback to his drunken tirade he had a few years ago. So at least he's owning up to it, and he's making it funny.
Shout out Jake Roberts. Speaking of Jake, you know what his warm-up match ritual used to be?
Smoking a cigarette and, I don't know, taking a piss.
Yep, that's about it. Taking that last drag of that cigarette and just going out there, man. Shout out to Steve Austin. I think that was on Hot Ones where he announced that. And I was like, oh wow, that's interesting. That explains a lot.
Shout out Steve Austin. I love Hot Ones. Maybe not the best one with the wrestler. I think the Sasha Banks. Once again, Sasha Banks. One of the best women's wrestler of all time, and the Chris Jericho Hot Ones. I think were better than Stone Cold, but Stone Cold is always fascinating. Shout out to the latest episode of Straight Up. Steve Austin had Baker Mayfield, Cleveland quarterback. Another banger.
Another banger. All right, next up we got Private Party going up against Angelico and Jack Evans. I got Private Party, man.
I got Private Party as well. This match will be on the pre-show. I think Private Party is a up-and-coming tag team. I think they are definitely being built to be one of the top tag teams in the division outside of Lucha Bros and the Young Bucks. They are going to be facing the Young Bucks on one of those first TNT shows, I believe, in a first-round matchup for the tag team tournament. And I think they need to be built up. I think Angelico and Jack Evans are a good tag team. I think, they have the history of everything, but I think Private Party is definitely on the come up compared to those two lads.
Yeah, well, speaking of the Young Bucks go up against the Lucha Bros in a ladder match for the AAA World Tag Team Championships. This is very interesting. They've been trading wins back and forth here in the States and then down in Mexico with the Bucks going over at Double or Nothing and then going over with Kenny Omega at, Fyter Fest in that 6-man tag. Brandon, you're a big Bucks guy, so am I. Who do you have going over here, the Lucha Bros or the Bucks?
I mean, this one can go either which way. I'm predicting this is going to be the best match of the show. As you said, they kept trading wins back and forth. Too bad we don't have Carlos on the show to properly pronounce this match. It's the Escalera de la Muerte, the Stairway to Hell or Stairway to Death, whatever the exact translation is. But this match will be fantastic. I think we can see either, I think both champions going into it. I mean, both champions. I think whoever wins this match, the loser of the match, will I think eventually become the AEW champions, and we can see maybe a 2-for-1 champion versus champion. I will go with the Lucha Bros for the victory. I mean, I
Really?
know the young Bucks have kind of won on American soil. They beat them at Double or Nothing, so maybe they can the Lucha Bros get the victory in America.
Okay, okay, okay. Uh, I'm trying to think about it. I think you do have the Bucks become the first ever AEW Tag Team Champions. It just makes sense. Um, Jesus, man, I'm conflicted, Brandon. I am. I'll go Lucha Bros.
We've been picking we've been picking similar too much. Go out on a limb. Take your boy the Young Bucks.
And then I just lose it.
No, I'm just saying, you can go out on a limb, even though I think these final few matches we're gonna go a little bit differently, but take whoever you want.
I will pick the Bucks of Youth. All right. Next up, Kenny Omega versus Pac. Pac is replacing John Moxley after John had a MRSA staph infection return into his elbow. Kenny Omega is gonna go over, man. That's what I feel. He got a big win against Shima. We haven't seen Kenny wrestle a lot. He's wrestled maybe one, two, three, maybe 4 or 5 times this year, which is unusual for Kenny Omega. He's would have wrestled like 70 times by now or something like that. Yeah, because I think Pac can afford to take the loss on such a big show. It doesn't really hurt him because we haven't seen what he's been doing a lot of.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Kenny I don't know if I'd say he needs the win, but I think Kenny is still kind of recovering from his loss to Chris Jericho. He hasn't wrestled a lot, which could be a good thing, which means maybe he's getting healthy, maybe he's healing up after all those matches he had in New Japan. With Pac being the late addition, I don't think he's going to lose anything from losing to Kenny. I mean, we don't even know if Pac is officially with AEW. This could just be a one-off.
He's
And
officially
I
with
think,
AEW.
okay,
He's on
well,
their
I
roster.
think I think still that me I still think Kenny Omega needs to be a higher priority. He could be the top guy in the company. So I think you give him the win here. I think this could be possibly the best match of the show as well. I think this could be a better match than what Kenny Omega and John Moxley could have produced, to be honest with you. But I think in the end, Kenny will get the dub with the One Wing Angel.
All right, next up, the American Nightmare, Executive Vice President of All Elite Wrestling, Cody.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I just remembered you skipped over the Cracker Barrel Clash, the triple threat match.
Oh my God, did I?
You
I
did.
did, I did. I'm
How
sorry.
can we forget the Cracker Barrel
How
Clash?
could we? Darby Allin versus Jimmy Havoc versus Joey Janela, the bad boy. Darby Allin, he was almost made at what was that, Fighter Fest, but then of course the chair shot is what people were talking about after. And Jimmy Havoc, we haven't really seen that much of Jimmy Havoc in AEW than Joey Janela. Probably the bigger star out of the three of these guys.
I will go with Jimmy Havoc. I think Darby Allin had his moment with with Cody. Joey Janela had his moment with John Moxley. So I think now this is Jimmy Havoc's time. I think Joey and Darby are going to do something stupid. I don't know exactly what the rules are of this match. Maybe it's going to be a
Who
triple threat
knows?
death match. But I think Jimmy will pull out the victory, and maybe they boost him up a little bit, and he can maybe do a full fledged heel turn on both these guys since they're so lovable.
Yeah. I was just watching some Jimmy Havoc deathmatch stuff last night, and I was like, oh my God, this guy's insane. And it's not really as hardcore because Darby Allin just throws himself, and Joey Janela kind of the same. So Jimmy's my pick as well. All right. Now we're going to get into it. The executive vice president of All Elite Wrestling, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, is going up against the Perfect 10, the chairman, Shawn Spears. I made a declaration when I first started this podcast. When picking matches, never bet against the Dream, never bet against Cody. I'm picking my boy Cody. Don't call him Rhodes.
I had a feeling you were going to do that. Not picking this just because I knew you were going to pick the other guy, but I will go with Shawn Spears because I think he will win. We don't know who the person in Cody's corner will be. Maybe we get a surprise in Arn Anderson, and maybe Cody Rhodes turns into Sting, and he just trusts the wrong people, and he gets turned on, and it's the Four Horsemen against the Rhodes all over again. But I think Cody has been winning a lot. Shawn Spears, new guy, hasn't had a match, or he had a match, but this is kind of his first big match in AEW. I think you give him the win here, and you can go on down the line, continuing this story, and have Cody win in the end. But I think right now you give Shawn the victory.
It's very true. It's very true. All right, well, it is the main event. It is Hangman Adam Page going up against the legendary Lionheart, the GOAT, the Painmaker Y2J, the Alpha Chris Jericho. Winner becomes the first ever, the inaugural All Elite Wrestling World Heavyweight Champion. This is a very, very important match. Does this make Hangman Page? His family's going to be there. And Chris Jericho, he doesn't want his family there. Why? He's done everything that you can do in this business. Television titles, U.S. titles, tag, IC, world championships. But this one, it just feels different for Jericho, man. I don't know where to go. I really don't. This is a new company. Do you pick the bigger star to be your champ, or do you go out and take a limb? That's what this company's built on. Taking a bet on yourself. Do you take a bet with the younger guy and make him the inaugural champ?
I think going with Chris Jericho might send the wrong message of trying to ride off the coattails of WWE, whether it be true or not. But I think they will go with Hangman Page as the first ever AEW World Heavyweight Champion. I'm not saying he's going to be their top guy forever. He's going to have an Okada run and, hold it for 16 months and just defeat everybody. But I think he can be made in this match, maybe a star-making performance. Who knows? Jericho can have good matches to great matches with the right opponents. Who knows if Hangman is that right opponent? But I think Hangman maybe not doesn't need the win, but I think he can gain a lot from this victory. And just going forward, I think just having your guy be the first ever AEW champion does say a lot for the company. It doesn't mean Jericho can't win it, but I just think being the first one, it just sends a message of this is our guy. We're not going to use WWE. We're going to, we're building up our own stars here.
Very well. I do think Hangman would be better in the chase. I really, really do. So with that being said, I'm picking Chris Jericho.
As I thought you would. I knew you were going to pick Chris Jericho and Cody Rhodes, so I knew I had at least two matches different from you.
Wow. All right, we're going to recap them here. So, the best friends in the Dark Order, we both picked the Dark Order. Rhio and, oh my God, Shida. I pick Rhio, you pick Shida. Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marko Stunt going up against SCU. I got SCU, you got Jungle Boy, Marko, and Lucha. The 21-woman casino battle royale, you got Britt Baker, I got Nyla Rose. Private Party versus Angelico and Jack Evans, both got Private Party. The Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros, you got the Lucha Bros, I got the Young Bucks. Omega versus Pac, we both have Omega. The Triple Threat, Darby Allin, Jimmy Havoc, and Joey Janela, we both have Havoc. Cody Rhodes versus Shawn Spears, I got Cody, you got Shawn. And the main event for the AEW World title, you got Hangman, I got Chris Jericho.
May the best man win.
May the best man win. I'm coming back for my title. Let it be known.
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.